Remember, Matthew is speaking to a Jewish audience, and so they're going to see those symbols, whereas Luke is speaking to a Gentile audience. In our next episode, we will talk about this sermon where Luke places it on a flat plain. Now, it could have been actually a second sermon. Jesus could have spoken on a mountain and later again on a plain. Whatever the case may be, Matthew really wants people to see Jesus as a new Moses. And we should just map this out really quickly about how Matthew's first 5 chapters are related to the 5 books of Moses, or the Torah. So you take Genesis. It's a lot of genealogy. And what's Matthew 1? A lot of genealogy. Matthew 2, you have Jesus coming out of Egypt back into the Holy Land. What happens in Exodus? God's chosen people come out of Egypt and make their way, and they're starting their journey towards the Holy Land. The book of Leviticus in the Old Testament is full of priesthood ordinances. In Matthew 3, Jesus is baptized, priesthood ordinances. In the book of Numbers in the Old Testament, the Israelites wander for 40 years in the wilderness. What does Jesus do? In Matthew 4, 40 days of being in the wilderness. And finally, in Deuteronomy, you have Moses giving the law of Moses, the instructions from God for how to be covenantally loyal so God can perfect them. And what do we have here in Matthew 5? The new Moses delivering an upgrade or an update to the law for how to live covenantally loyal to God. What are the instructions for how to be a disciple so that God can make you perfect? So it's really fascinating how Matthew puts this all together.
Isn't this fun? When you can make these connections across scriptures, across time, across books, it makes scripture study more fun, I think.